Hey guys, welcome to the stream and City Building Doctor, and check out this logo. City Building Doctor, I animated that, I designed that logo. With some reference, of course, that's what designers do. But anyway, welcome to City Building Doctor with our new animated logo, where we take one of your submitted cities, which has a problem, and we're gonna solve it. Now, this is the second time I'm visiting the city, and this city is by Necromanus. So Necromanus, thank you for submitting this city because it presented a unique problem. Namely, the problem which I failed to solve last time because I didn't realize that it was the problem. Because Necromanus told me that he's having difficulty stabilizing the city and reaching the goals of this mission. As you can see here, the target population is 10,000, prosperity and culture were difficult, and in my last attempt, prosperity, you can get that just by building some villas and palaces, but culture is 70. 70 is really high, and to get culture up there, the city coverage needs to be high. It doesn't really matter what these other numbers say. City coverage needs to be as close to perfect as possible for entertainment and education. So you can see 4 academies, perfect, that's fine. But we could not get enough people into the city to work, so we couldn't get those culture buildings working, which was the main problem. And the reason why, despite having 11,000 people in the city, 11,000 people in the city, if you go to this population advisor, here's one of the slightly more in-depth areas of Caesar 3 and these classic city builders, that your population actually has an age range. So here's the 10-year-olds, here's the 40-year-olds, here's the 80-year-olds, and we've even got, I think that's like a 93-year-old over there. But this little question mark sort of explains things. But before I get into this, welcome to the stream, GameTube123, Nilabra Sinha, Rivi Theorak, Sajux Let's Plays. Thank you for joining. A good number of you in the chat there. And yeah, here we go. This population advisor. So blah blah blah. Only persons aged 20 to 50 participate in your workforce, and those under 22 need schools and academies. This graph shows a dip in the 20 to 50 year olds. Your city will probably be short of workers despite having a large population. So this large population, 11,000, I mean, there's more details here if you want to go into it. You can even check the population and mood here, which explains things a little bit further, but the main thing is only 20 to 50 work. Anything below here, all these kids down here, they don't work. And all this 50 to 80 range, all of these people here are not working. So although this is the largest area, it's pretty much more than half of the population, more than half of this 11,000 people are not working in the city. So there's a few ways we can deal with this. Basically, all of these houses, these 84 occupants in this one, more than half of them are not working. And the main problem is that they're too old. So there's a few ways we can solve this. The most basic way is to destroy these houses, kick these people out, and wait for them all to move out of the city, rebuild them, and then have people move back in. But there's a slightly more elegant way to do this. If I unpause the game here, and I remove this fountain, so these houses here have no water source. They will devolve all the way to the first level, but they will not lose the resources inside. So that when I re-evolve them for new people to move back in, the houses are already stocked. So they can just immediately come back up. Clever, right? So if we speed it up a little bit here, these houses will start devolving because they don't even have access to the most basic of water sources. And these people, you can see they start getting kicked out here. And we have to wait for these people to move off of the map, because if we re-evolve these houses, or if we build new houses, these guys will actually turn around and they'll come back into the city. And we don't want these old people coming back into the city. So these people are really old, we just kick them out. I know it seems a little unethical, but sometimes to cure a city, you have to cut away the unnecessary parts. I'm quite harsh with my cities, but there is no other way to save this city. So here we go, we're kicking them all out. Meanwhile, of course, this is going to be causing a shortage of employees. So let's slow the game down and get rid of all the things we don't need. We don't need academies in these areas, so we'll get rid of all of those. We're somewhat overproducing pottery over here. Let's see, what we can get rid of these theaters and libraries, all these extra culture buildings, which Necromanus built, trying to boost up the culture rating. Over here is where we're going to be getting our palace area set up, but we don't want to do that right now. These granaries are sort of set up to prepare for the palace areas, but we're going to leave that out. We're also going to, well, we'll have to get rid of this. We'll clear out this fruit import for now. Get rid of this. Okay, we can cut back on the amount of pottery we're making here. What else? Right, we don't need that much wine, so we're going to clear this out. We can clear out this extra road. We'll clean up these roads as we go along. We're going to leave out vegetables for now. We don't need vegetables. Clean up this road while we're at it. Okay. We'll also clean up this road. So we're just sort of waiting for people to move out while we clean up the city. All these extra roads. You can see here, this little extra road going up to this oil refinery. We don't need that there. So we have 3 oil workshops here. And we are going to go ahead and replace those workshops that we just got rid of. So we have 3 oil farms, rather. So we can have... Why can't I place a building there? Something's blocking the way. We could place one there, one there. So we've got 6 for 3 farms. Usually it's two refineries for each farm. Same with this. You can have like 1 clay pit for every 2 workshops, which is pretty good. And we can start making things a little bit better. For example, here, this area is set to getting furniture, but you can see furniture does not come down here. So we're going to replace that. And also, the main oil production area is here, and this warehouse is set to getting goods. We're going to set that to accepting. And I'll explain all this in a little bit. We'll put this down. We'll set this to getting furniture. Now, for those of you who don't know, accepting means that the warehouse will fill with that good. Getting means that warehouse will send out a cart pusher to get it from a warehouse which is set to accepting. So this one down here is set to accepting. We'll turn these off. Accepting furniture. And these 2 down here are set to getting furniture. So you can see here, our cart is returning from a delivery and he's coming back with furniture. And usually when you want to do a central area like this, you need two warehouses for each good. So we got 2 for pottery there, 2 for furniture there. We've only got 1 for oil because oil is actually being produced right here. So that's fine. But we need to set this to accepting because this other area over here needs to be getting some oil. And that looks good. Okay. And also, I know from experience, we need a bit more furniture production here because this is 4 furniture workshops for all of these areas. That's a little lacking. And actually, what you can do with these areas is, because you can see there's lots of extra room around the sides of these 9x9 blocks, you can actually squeeze in more houses. You can fit a lot of houses into these areas, but that actually puts a lot of strain on the system, right? So this system is sort of pulling in resources from all sides, pulling in resources into one area and then distributing, right? So it pulls it all in, distributes. That has a limit, right? Not just in terms of how fast it can pull it in, but also how fast it can produce, right? Because of distance and all sorts of little minor details, right? So if you overload the houses, even if the markets can keep up with getting the resources will eventually run out. So all of these extra houses around, I actually don't want them to be here. Even though population is handy, I'll leave this one here because it actually touches the outside road, which is pretty good. All these extra houses around the edges, I don't want. And this will affect our population, but it's okay. So like here, we don't need this house there. We'll keep it limited to the 9x9 blocks, so it doesn't overload the system. You can see food is actually a little lacking, and some of these places are not working properly. I think we need another couple houses just to make sure they have access to workers. Okay, so that's looking good. We've upped the finished production, we've lowered the pottery production, we're kicking out all these old people, they're still moving on out. We cleared up the granaries from here because one of these granaries had fruit in them. And a new type of food is what markets crave. Market ladies go out for the new type of food. And, well, they went out and got the fruit, brought it back, and with minimal efficacy, really. And also, food supply here is a little limited, and we can actually fit in a bit more here. You can see if we move these clay pits over to this side, we can actually fit in 2 more fishing wharves. And we'll just clear this up, move those down. We'll get 2 more fishing wharves in and replace those pottery workshops. Because this area, I know from the last time I played this, is a little short on food, just by a bit. So having 2 extra fishing wharves is going to be beneficial. And we'll replace the workshops. Good. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know in the chat and we'll figure it out together. But this time I'm pretty confident we're going to be able to solve this map. Alright, so all these people are still moving out. See, we brought this whole area down to 1 area, right? We're short by 273 employees, but don't worry about that just yet. We'll keep the game running slow, and now, to boost our population, because when we bring in new people, so you can see everything just sort of dropped a little bit, but when new people move in, it's going to be in the usually 20 to 30 range. So we're going to boost up this area right here in our population graph. And remember, 50 to 80 doesn't work. 0 to 20 doesn't work. So quite a lot of people are not working. So we have to set up new housing areas. And I'm going to clear off all of this area here to set up a brand new area. I'm going to keep all this clear. I'm just going to drop in a couple more 9x9 blocks. So let's just, yeah, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, and we're going to have another one here. I'm going to leave a 6 gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the 9x9 is the standard block. It's not necessarily the best block or the most efficient block or anything like that. But it's easy. It's easy to understand. And we're going to have 2 gatehouses there. And in case you're wondering why we need gatehouses, well, gatehouses act as roadblocks. So anytime someone spawns here, they will walk around and they don't have the option of going through any intersections. So this means every time someone spawns, it's 100% guaranteed they'll touch every house in this block. And we have to put a small statue there because if we rotate the camera, that road comes back, creating an intersection. So you can just fix that by placing a building or something there. Okay. So this is going to be where our new people move in. But again, we can't put those houses down until these guys are all completely off the map. So that's fine. We're just going to keep setting up the areas we want to work. So we're going to need a food source for here. And since we added a couple more wharves on this side, this area can do with a little less food. So we're going to steal away these 3 wharves. And we're going to place down a bunch more. That should be enough. And we'll have this road come around here, connect up here. How do I want to do this? I could put it like that. And we can have the gatehouse just sort of line up to there. So we can have this road connecting. We can have a double wide road. That's okay, because this is not a. It's not gonna be anything on this road. And we can have. We'll just put a prefecture on both sides. Engineers posts on both sides. Let that guy get out of the way. Okay. So as these guys move out, these are... This will be a mix of old people, young people, all of that, but the people who move in, they will be young. Wow, there's quite a few of you watching. Welcome to City Building Doctor, where people submit their cities and I fix them up based on whatever problem. The problem with this city, in case you're wondering and you're just joining, the city is too old. The last time I checked this city, when I actually finished it, it's like 60 to 70 years old, which is way, way too old. And as the city ages, the people age, and old people above 50 years old don't work. So you could have a massive population with no employees. That can be a problem. Anyway, thank you for joining. Ginny Go, Jimmy Tessitore, Naea Bladewind. Welcome, thank you for joining. Any questions, just let me know. Now, is this road actually touching this wharf? I'm not too sure. If I get rid of... This is a little weird. I don't like this intersection here. I think we could fix it if we just adjust the road a little bit for it to do something like that. And then we can... I don't know if that counts as road access. It should. Right? Yeah, it's fine. So a bunch of people are moving out. We're short by almost 300 people at this point. This is... How much furniture? Yeah, we need to produce all this furniture. These people have almost moved out. And once they move out, we're gonna start filling up this area. Now, I'm not sure if this many wolves can feed 2 full 9x9 blocks. So again, we'll limit how much food is being used up by just limiting how many houses we put down. We might just not fill up the whole block. So let's just speed things along here. I know we're short on employees, and short by 300 is a little drastic. And there we go. Most people have moved out. We'll just let that guy go out. Okay. And now, we'll go ahead and place down a row of houses there. A row of... Actually, before we do that, we need houses to move in here. I'm going to put one there, one there, one there. Because... whichever house you put first, that's the one where they move in first. So let's just make sure we get one there, one there. Remember, when you put down a working building, they send out these brown walkers. They just need to pass a single house to access the entire worker pool. And let's see, we put down those houses and you see, these guys actually turn around to move back in. You have been thrown out. And you've got a new home. So if we replace those houses too soon, it would have been a problem. So now that all those people have moved out, we can replace these areas, and we'll not fill up everything just yet. We'll leave this corner empty. And why that corner? Because that's where the gatehouse is, because gatehouses affect desirability. And we will just plaza this all up. See how I did this 2x2 road? It looks nice, right? Looks nice. Alright, so that looks good. And let's not forget the basics. We're gonna need prefectures, we're gonna need engineers posts. We'll just drop down the 1x1s for now. We'll get the doctors down. And based on experience, we can put the barber here, leaving a 1-tile gap touching the road so we can have a 3x3 building there, like an amphitheater. Right? Looks good. All these people now moving in, and now those houses are down. We can just replace this fountain. And watch this. These houses are gonna evolve back up, and they have not lost the resources that were in them. As they evolve up to here, you can see they still have their food, their pottery, everything is still there, and they will immediately evolve right back up to where they were. Rather than destroying the houses and losing all those resources, putting a huge strain on your resource system, right? So let's keep people a bit happy here. We can drop these things. We'll drop taxes. Okay. Are we actually taxing these people? Commerce, tax income. We are not taxing a couple of these places. We're taxing there, we're taxing there. Okay, that's fine. And we will tax these areas as well, before we forget. Okay. That looks good. These houses all immediately evolve back up. Extra room for 64 new young working people. And they still have all their resources, no problem. Great. Good. And all these places are going to move in as well, so let's put down our fountains. We're going to need a new reservoir there. We'll just garden this up while we're here. And we're going to need a reservoir right here. We should be able to hook these up. Drop a road right there so they can walk through. Right. That's just a scheduled event. Clay pits collapse, no problem. Okay. All this is working. More people are going to move in. Now, let's slow things down. Now we got to set up this area. Now, you'd think we'd have to collect a whole bunch of resources to get over here, but we don't have to do that. We can just put down a couple granaries, which are just going to be accepting fish. So we'll start stockpiling. Now, we only really need one granary, but I'm going to put 2 to stockpile up enough food so that we can immediately feed these 2 areas. And we're going to need 3 warehouses. Can I make this any more efficient? If I put a house there, and I remove these 2 things, and I extend this road a little, it's going to be a little ugly. I'm just going to put an engineer's post there instead, so I can have the 3 warehouses next to each other. Come on, get out of the way. Because this one is going to be getting pottery. This one is going to be getting furniture. And this one is going to be getting oil. Good, good. So, these do not need road access to get what they need. And by the way, the gods are somewhat unhappy, so I'm going to drop down a warehouse here. Going to set this to accepting marble, so that we can start importing marble and build a bunch of oracles to keep the gods happy. Because building a bunch of small temples is a little inconvenient. Where's the trade? We're going to import marble. We're going to stop exporting oil, because oil is now spread out all over the map. And you don't want, for example, we get 8 units of oil over here by this warehouse, going out to grab oil, bring it back. 8 units of oil here, that's all this area has. These traders come in, buy the oil from here. This area doesn't have oil anymore. We don't want that to happen, so we're going to stop trading oil. We can start selling pottery. And because on this particular map, pottery is only sold by a water trade route, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, just the water trade route, 40 a year, which means they're only buying from here. Which, as long as we're really upping how much pottery we're producing here, which we will just up it even more, this should be able to keep up. 40 units a year. We have, oh, there's a clay pit there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could actually replace that with a workshop. 4 clay pits for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 workshops. Yeah. 1 to 2. One raw material for every 2 workshops. Or you can say it the other way around. Okay. We do not need a lion pit here. So now, we're short by 315 people. Which is not the best thing. But remember, you see all these people here moving back in? These houses, X room for 64, X room for 64, X room for 64, no problem. And as we deleted a few extra houses here and devolved this area, we can actually get rid of these 2 houses as well. We're reducing the strain on this system. So you can see food is starting to build up again. And yeah, it's tempting to just fill all of these empty gaps with houses. It's tempting to do that. I love doing that. I used to do that. It can ruin the whole area. suddenly you won't have enough oil, or you won't have enough furniture, or suddenly the food will all run out. You don't want to do that. Ah, it's tricky. All right. But now all these areas are moving back in. Food is starting to surplus. These are returning from delivery. Right, we need to get industry and commerce. We're just going to prioritize that for a second so that these have enough to send out a cart. And then we'll deprioritize it. And you can see the cart. Is that actually blocking people from... It should have sent them out, right? Yeah. We'll actually get rid of this prefecture and move it over here. Because I actually want them to be able to walk through here. But it's important to not have a road connection here, right? Because if there's a road connection here, and for example here runs out of pottery, the market lady will actually walk all the way over to here to grab pottery, ruining your distribution, right? Don't do that. All right, food has basically fully stocked here. That's returning with oil. That's returning from pottery. So we're now grabbing pottery from here, bringing it back here. And since these areas are gonna be, just check, is this set to accepting furniture? This is set to just accepting furniture, that's fine. Because we're producing furniture here, we don't need to get it. Okay, that looks good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could actually reduce the amount of timber we're producing here. Okay, and pottery is coming back. Let's go ahead and drop down 4 markets, 2 for each area. And marble's coming in, fantastic. We can drop an oracle back here. It says they need road access. They do not need road access. It's just within 2 tiles of a road, so they don't burn down or collapse, and that's fine. So the oracle helps offset the desirability issues of the gatehouses. Though if we avoid putting any houses there, it's going to be fine. All right, the market ladies are all excitedly running around. And we can actually reduce, well, we'll set the second granary to not accepting. So we're only going to fill up this 1 granary. We just stockpiled 2 because this first feeding, I like to call it the first feeding. You see the market ladies just go and grab absolutely everything. Which, can we actually empty this granary? So this can start shifting the food into this granary. There we go. And we can start feeding these areas. How's our employment? We're still short by 300, but you see people are moving in. There's still space for people to move in. Now the thing about re-evolving houses like this, they move in very slowly. So only over time, this is gonna slowly fill up. So we can't, for example, demolish this fountain and have these people move out because they'll just shift over here. So the whole kicking out mechanic only works once. Wow, look how many people are watching. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. EM, Calmiflori, Hyena 12. Thank you for joining. Here we go, we're now evolving these areas up. They need access to local religious facilities, so let's give this area Ceres and this area Neptune. And always keep the number of temples the same, otherwise the gods get jealous and unhappy. And we can start quickly evolving this area by putting down an actor colony and a gladiator school. Come on, get out of the way. That actually does block off that area, but that's fine. We'll give them a theater on each side. We'll give them an amphitheater on each side. Again, we can place it right there. Just needs 1 tile touching. They're gonna need bathhouses, so let's give them bathhouses. They're gonna need schools. Schools are the bane of this game. The school children, sometimes they run all the way around the 9x9 block, sometimes they don't. But because we don't have any houses on this corner, I'm gonna go ahead and put the school on this side. And even if they don't quite reach the other side, it should be fine. They will also need a library. A clay pit has collapsed, no problem. We'll give them the library right there. Where's this clay pit? This one again. Usually it's the same one that collapses. There we go. We're selling pottery, not because we need money, but because if we lose money, our prosperity goes down. So we're selling pottery. Food looks good there. All the resources here look good. We have oil is a little low. Is this area still getting oil? Yeah, it's still getting oil. We have plenty of oil here. I'm just a little concerned about the oil production, but it should be okay. What's this? This is supposed to be getting. For some reason there's no access to workers, so we gotta scatter a couple houses around here. How is this road connected? Okay, that should be fine. Okay, because this area is a little low on furniture, which means these market ladies are walking all the way over here to get furniture. Not the best thing. Alright, these areas have evolved. You can see the resources are coming in. Again, these cart pushers do not need road access. Granaries to granaries need road access, but warehouses to warehouses do not need road access. Don't ask me why. That's just how the game works. Anyway, we're down from 300 employees short to 137 employees short. Fantastic. And all of these people here are young, working people. So if we look here, we can see this area, especially this area down here, the children from here are starting to age a little bit. And this area right here, the 20 to 30, used to be almost non-existent. And this area over here, the 30 to 40, it's starting to burgeon up, which is fantastic. Okay. Any severe questions, ask in chat. I might miss it. Just ask a few times. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, ask down below. Alright, all of these areas are evolving. They just need furniture. I think they've already got everything they need to evolve to large insulays. I don't need to get them to grand insulays. But look at this, a stream of new employees. Fantastic. We can now get rid of this granary. One granary is enough for just 2 areas. I mean, it's nice to have a couple granaries, but just in case. Employees needed. Fantastic. That means we've hit 0 employees needed. No employment problems, with plenty of room for people to move in. And we could even squeeze in a few more houses here, I think, but I'll wait for these areas to stabilize at the max level. You can see they're starting to become large insulays. So that's fantastic. We keep producing wine. Are we selling wine? We are exporting wine. Wine is a land trade route, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But that's fine. This area is just getting wine. Yep. This area is getting wine. I don't know why this is getting wine. We don't need wine here, so I'm gonna get rid of this. So we're just producing wine here, which we could up a little bit. We'll have, how do I want this to work? Vines, workshop, wine. We'll just have a bit more wine production, because we are actually selling it. We might want a bit more, I'm not too sure. We'll see. If anything, I'll just stop selling wine. Okay, these areas have now evolved. Large insulays, fantastic. And we can... We'll see if the food stabilizes. Like, if the food is still surplusing, we'll up the houses a little bit. But again, you don't want to overload the system, right? So we have to let this run a little bit, wait for people to move in. Now that people have moved in, we should be getting unemployment soon. And this area, you can see, has plenty of resources. If this maintains lots of resources, we can squeeze a few houses back here. But we don't want to, again, overload the system. But besides that, everything's looking good. Everything's working, yeah. Okay. So these are starting to fill out. How are the markets looking? The markets are still using up all their food, so we'll wait for that. I think we could probably squeeze in a bit more housing. So we'll put an extra house here and there. It says people are eating more food than they're producing, but it's actually okay. Alright, more people moving in, fantastic. And now, we can start focusing on certain things. How do I want this to work? Let's see, I need a warehouse here, I think. No, I'll put a warehouse here. This one needs to be accepting fruit, because for the palace area, we're gonna need another type of food. And we are still importing fruit, I think. Yeah, we're importing fruit, and we're importing marble. Has more marble come in? More marble has come in. So we can just squeeze in a couple more oracles. I like doing this. So the gatehouse really doesn't affect our desirability at all. Okay, food does seem to be surplusing quite a bit here. So I think we can squeeze in an extra house there. That looks good. And these oracles should be keeping the gods happy. We probably need a bunch more. But, alright. So the first problem has been solved. We have kicked out a bunch of old people, brought in a bunch of young people. You can see this graph is now a smooth graph. This used to be a sort of absolutely empty there. And once all these houses have filled up again, you know, all these people have moved back in. You can see they're sort of trickling in, right? This can be a little annoying. See, extra room for 30. Just gotta wait for them to move in. Once that area has filled out and this area has filled out, we can go ahead and purge another block, right? But for now, this looks okay. These market ladies still feeding these areas, I think. Yep. Just waiting for those to evolve. More people moving in. Extra room for 22. Okay. Most of those have filled out. And we have unemployment of 4%. Fantastic. Now that we're getting unemployment, we can start building our palace area. Let me just have a drink here. Okay. Now, the palace area needs 3 types of food. So they need fish, they need vegetables, and they need fruits. We can produce 2 on this map. Vegetables and fish. So what we can do is, we can produce vegetables over here, and we can set a granary over here to getting the vegetables, and we're importing the fruit, so we can put a granary here to take in the fruit. The problem is, if these 3 types of food are in any way connected to any other housing area, the market ladies are going to go for the food. So this has to be completely separated. So what we can do here is we are going to sever the connection to all this back here. How do we want to do this? Pottery is there. So we've sort of run out of pottery. So I'm going to turn off selling pottery for now, so we can get our pottery stock back up. Furniture is over here. It's just supplying for 2 housing areas, so it should be okay. I'm going to get rid of this warehouse, and I want to put another warehouse over on this side. Let's get rid of that. I'm going to put a warehouse here for getting oil. And we're going to empty that one. This one here is set to getting oil as well. Yep, okay. And we're gonna sever this whole connection to this area back here. I need to get rid of all of this. I'm gonna sever all of this. This road is connecting here, right? Yeah. We're gonna get rid of this gatehouse, gonna get rid of all of this. So we need to get rid of Mercury, Neptune, Ceres here. We'll have to replace those temples. Mercury, Neptune, and Ceres. Now I would get rid of a lot of temples, but temples do actually count towards your culture as well. Alright. So this area is now severed. That area, we should get rid of this road. We gotta move that temple to Mars. Small temple, Mars. We'll just Stick it down here as well with everything else. This area, that's now emptying the oil to this area. So this is going to be setting to getting pottery. This is setting to getting wine. This is accepting that. Okay. So producing a bunch of furniture here. This is getting furniture from there. Okay. That looks good. This area is not collapsing. Food is still okay. Food's actually fine. So we can go ahead and squeeze in even more houses. We'll just go ahead and squeeze in a bunch of houses there. Fill the back with gardens. That looks good. Brings in more people. And we still have unemployment of 6%. Fantastic. And now we can put our 3 granaries. We're going to need 3 granaries here. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Granary. This one is going to be accepting fruit. This one is going to be getting vegetables. Actually, no. This one is going to be accepting meat. And this one is going to be getting vegetables. Where is it going to get vegetables from? We're going to extend this road. Let's just clear this off. We're going to extend this road to go through here. And we're going to put a gatehouse right here to make sure no one walks past there. Okay. Now, do we need to stabilize the houses here a little bit? I think we do. We got houses there, house there. We'll put a house here, I think. We've got prefecture, engineer's post. I'm going to put a prefecture and engineer's post on this side as well. Because the granaries are messing up the roads quite a bit, it can be a little tricky. I'm going to have a road coming out this way, blocked by a gatehouse. Okay. That should work, I think. So this is filling up with fruit, no problem. This road is now going to extend all the way back here. Just sort of working its way around all of this to connect up to there, and we're going to sever this connection. And we are producing oil over here. So I'm going to set this... No. How do I want to do this? First things first, I want to put a gatehouse right here, just to block this whole area off. Okay. And we need to put a warehouse here somewhere. How can I do this? Ooh, I can actually do that. Get rid of that prefecture. Put a warehouse here to accepting oil. Because we are producing a little bit of oil here, which this coastal area is taking oil from. This area here and this area here is taking oil from here, which we are producing like that. That looks good. And we did get rid of a prefecture, which should be okay, but yeah, actually should be fine. But these areas, you never quite know. We'll just back it up. Okay. So now we have 5% unemployment. I'm gonna build a road to circle this area here. 1, 2, 3. This is gonna connect up like that. This is gonna go around like this, like that. And we're gonna have a granary right here. It's not the most efficient area. Let me just move these workshops. The oil workshops. We'll put 2 oil workshops there. Clear these off. Put a granary right here. This is going to be accepting vegetables. And we're gonna put down some vegetable farms. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. 5 vegetable farms. So this granary will fill up with vegetables, and this granary down here is going to get the vegetables from there. And you can see this road connection is completely severed. Nothing here is touching here, nothing here is touching here. They're all separate systems, which seem to be working quite nicely. Oh, I forgot, these don't have any water. We're gonna need a fountain right there. Where's the water? The water reach is actually just a little short on that side, so let's build an extra reservoir right there. Does that connect up? I think it does. No, it has to connect with an aqueduct. Okay. That's gonna bring in a bunch more people as well. Looks good, looks good. Quick evolution. Lots of room for new people. Fantastic. Okay. Vegetables are now filling up. We do need, I think we need to stick a house over on this side. Okay, that looks good. And just for security, we will put an extra... Actually, no, prefecture and engineer's post should be fine. This is a loop. Okay. So we should have cart pushers coming this way. So that's going to solve the vegetable problem. Now we need fish. So I'm going to extend the road down this way. Like that. And we're going to have a gatehouse just there. And we are going to have a bunch of wolves. We don't need too much. 4 should do. And a gatehouse right here as well. We'll just need 1 house in the middle with a prefecture and engineer's post. So those 4 wharves are going to fill this up with the 3rd type of food, fish. They already got fishing boats, they just need that house to move in and that'll be good. So you got the 3 types of food and the pottery, furniture, oil, wine. So everything the palace and villas need are here. So now, while we still wait for more people to move in and stuff, as they trickle in like that, and if this food does keep up, we can actually add more houses back here. We're going to go ahead and set up our villa area. Now the villa area is going to solve our prosperity problem, which we don't need to solve it by too much, right? See, last year our city lost money. Once we start stabilizing, we won't be losing money anymore. But let's see. I like to set up villas in a sort of 9x9 block as well. So we'll set one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we need 4 houses, 1 in each corner, and we could actually squeeze in a few more around the outside, but we'll get these 4 working first. And we're gonna need a gatehouse right there, and we're gonna block that off with an oracle. Now gatehouses can severely impact how villas expand. I'm not sure if that one will be able to expand. We might need to squeeze in another oracle or 2, but it's fine. Prefectures and stuff will just squeeze in wherever. Put it there. Engineer's post. Okay. And we'll wait for those people to move in. And you can see vegetables are coming in quite nicely. Wine is being pulled down here. Fish will be coming in soon. Fruit is full. Okay. It looks like we're a little short on timber. So let's replace that. This is still emptying out. I think we can clear this off now. That's just 4 units, it's fine. That road? Yeah, okay, good. Just make sure everything's stable. Food, pottery, furniture, oil. Yeah, no problem. And since here is actually doing okay, let's replace these houses. We'll just have another couple 2x2s there. How's the gods? Still indifferent? Okay, that's fine. Alright, these areas are now moving in. I don't know why people are still sort of unhappy. Maybe taxes are still a little high. We'll drop taxes. We don't need the money. And we're still paying more than they demand. Okay, so now these areas have moved in. they're gonna need fountains. I think the largest size we can go to here is 3 by 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. We're gonna need a reservoir. That should reach. I think that should reach. Yeah, just about. And to control, now, here's the thing. To control how things grow, you use statues. So I think they go 3 by 3. So we can do this. I know the largest size is 4 by 4, but we're gonna go without that for now. And we're gonna make this look somewhat nice. Whatever you call nice. We could actually fit 3 by 3 statues here, which is something we might do. Actually, that might just look better. Let's go ahead and do that. Since we do have space for 3 by 3s. Large statues. That does look better. And we'll fill this with gardens. Looks okay. Now, we'll put down one market. How is this? There we go. That does connect up. Okay, one market is enough for palace areas because palaces, because it's so few housing, it'll be able to manage by itself. But two markets is sort of a safe number, but once palaces are stocked, it's usually fine. We'll get these 4 moved in first, though. And we could sort of squeeze extra houses around the side if we needed to. But first, let's check out unemployment, 5%. That should be enough to get all of this going. So let's put down, let's see, a doctor, a barber. We'll need a bathhouse. We should definitely tax these people. We're gonna need a theater. And we're gonna need a school. We'll see if that school reaches the other end. We're gonna need an amphitheater. And to stock these actors, we're gonna need to put actor colony over here. Not a chariot maker, a gladiator school. And we will need a lion house. What was that? Distant battle. Okay. Thought it was employees needed. It should be fine, actually. What else does this area need? Academy? I think it needs an academy. And I think to fully evolve them, they need a hippodrome to the 4x4. But we're not going to go for that big a level quite yet. We're going to need temples, right? We're going to need... Let's see. I think 3 temples. So we'll just do Ceres, Neptune, Mercury. And go make sure we have even number of temples. Ceres, Neptune, Mercury. Okay. These are now evolving. No access to religious facilities. That will change soon. And this should work. This should work. Sorry if I'm not checking chat too much. Wow! Even more people are viewing the stream now. Wow, this is great. Thank you so much for joining City Building Doctor. If you'd like to submit your own cities, just if you're stuck on a city and you can't figure out what's wrong, send it to my Facebook page, facebook.com/gamerzach. In case you're wondering and just joining and wondering what's wrong with this city, the city was too old. So if you look here, 50 above does not work. And there were way too many old people, which means there was a large population, but not enough employees. And that was a problem, especially when trying to reach the culture goal of 70. Because to get a culture goal, you need lots of theaters, amphitheaters, academies, all of that stuff. And it sort of struggled to employ all those buildings. Anyway, setting up a few new areas, bringing in young workers, solve that problem. And food here is actually doing okay, so let's go ahead and supply even more houses here. We'll go ahead and do that. Put a fountain around the back. Give them the gardens they need. Alright, that should bring more employees in. Just gotta slowly add houses. Usually slow growth is safer. Quick growth is nice, but if you do it slightly wrong, it messes up the whole system. Okay, these are slowly evolving. The market is slowly getting the resources they need. It's got all 3 food. Okay, good. And, oh right, we will need a Colosseum, so let's just go ahead and drop the Colosseum down right here. Would there be better or here be better? It doesn't really matter. But if I put it here, it won't block my view. So I'm gonna shift the amphitheater to this side. And I'm gonna put the Colosseum over this side. Okay, and just as a precaution on this map, because I know the history of this map, I'm gonna put a bunch of prefectures around here, because I know on this map there are, oh, don't put one there. There is the Gladiator Riot. So we're just gonna preemptively get a bunch of prefects wandering around this area. Okay. Okay. Now what do these need? Education by I did not put a library, right. Here you go. There's a library for you. Let's speed things along. There we go. These are up to Grand Insulays, and they need a supply of wine, which the market should go and get. She should be off to get wine. There we go. She grabbed some wine. And these Grand Insulays will reach the villa level. Employees needed. Okay. We did use up all of our employees. These take a lot. You know, 30 in the academy. 25 in there. Short by 31 employees. Did something go wrong? Nothing major went wrong. Oh, you see here? Now food is starting to run out. Which means we do have to reduce the amount of housing by a little bit here. Get rid of those. Okay, we might have slightly overdone it on the housing, so yeah. I'm gonna get rid of this whole side. That's the dangerous part about these areas, right? You put too many housing, food runs out, they all starve. So once you see food running out like that, reduce the amount of housing. Okay, okay. Everything else here looks okay. We can actually reduce the amount of vegetable farms. Let's get rid of 2. Now, there we go, villas. They need doctor's clinic. Did I not? Oh, there's no access to a hospital. Right. So, hospital. Not the most pleasant of buildings, so I'll put it there where it's lined up with that statue. And I haven't even plazaed up this area. Let's plaza it up. There we go. We'll plaza back here as well, just in case. And this whole road. Which we can make look a bit nicer by making it double wide. There we go, villas. Need a 3rd type of food? No problem, we got 3 types of food here. 2nd type of wine. Ah, we've reached the 2nd type of wine bit. Now here is one of the silly parts of Caesar 3. To get 2 types of wine, you have to import wine. Currently we're exporting. So, but there's no actual difference between wine, right? So as soon as you set it to importing goods, all the wine you have counts as 2. So I'm gonna set this to importing, and immediately these will evolve. So it needs a 2nd type of wine to satisfy the idle patrician's decadent lifestyle. Evolved to a small palace. Why is this? That's also evolving. Fantastic. This. Just waiting for the 3rd type of food. There we go. And we finally reached Enemies closing. Okay, that's fine. Small palaces. And we could go ahead and squeeze in an extra one right there. Just to make sure we do actually have enough prosperity here. Let's make sure we don't block out the exit. Fountain, 1, 2, 3. The fountain can go... Ooh, it's one shot actually. I want the fountain to go there. And we can put a large statue. Where is it? 1, 2, 3. Right here. Actually, if I line the back like this, we might actually be able to have enough desirability to support 2 houses. 1, 2, 3. The fountain can go there. That's actually very nice. Alright. And it still says employees needed. How many are we short by? By not much. That's fine. So there we go. We destroyed those houses. Food supply goes up here. We could try be just a little careful with it. Let's just try put 1 extra house here. And see if that starts depleting. Here actually has a lot of food. We can actually put in extra houses here. We'll do it a bit at a time. Bring people back in. But there we go. Small palaces. These should evolve as well. Should get 2 more. And let's put down an oracle here. To help satisfy the gods and also to... let's just squeeze in a few oracles while we're at it. Because our population has gone up, they're indifferent, that's fine. Okay, so all of that should boost up our prosperity to where it needs to be. So now we just need to focus on culture. Now to get culture up, we're gonna need more people in the city. So, we could... Like, I don't want to strain this area any more than it's already strained. We could just sort of boost up a few of the houses here. We'll wait for those to move in. And that should be good. I mean, we just need as many new people to move in as possible. We could actually... Is this still getting... Yeah, that's still getting furniture. We could set up a bit of an area here as well. If I... Another clay pit collapsed. How do I want to do this? All the farmland is here. Like, if we could get 1 more housing area with new people moving in, it would be good. Which should give us enough people to support everything we need. So let's see. Alright, these are moving in. I think I could probably squeeze in a housing area here. We'll just clear off all these trees. And we'll have a bit of a block. And how can we do this? We can have 2 roads coming out. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. This road will extend like that. We'll put a gatehouse here. We actually don't need this one. We're gonna put a house here. And just extend this as far as it can go. A house here. Then we'll fill this block. Okay, so this should get us all the people we need to get where we need to go. Let's see, prefecture, engineer's post. Gonna need a couple of those over here as well. Prefecture. We'll maximize the space around the back here. Alright. Prefecture, engineers post. Alright, employees needed, no problem. And we're gonna need a granary, which is gonna be accepting wheat. And we're gonna need warehouses. 1, 2, 3. And these are gonna follow the usual. Getting pottery. Getting furniture. And getting oil. There we go. And that's going to be enough to evolve this housing area. So how many people are we short by? How did we suddenly have 171 employees short? Did an area devolve? I'm not sure, but we can cut back on how much pottery we're making. We have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because we're not selling pottery anymore. Need to boost the desirability of that. Okay. So suddenly we are short on employees. But it should be okay. I think we can cut back a bit on the pottery here. Furniture is actually okay. We'll cut back a little bit on the furniture. There we go. And that should solve... Yeah, okay. So I don't know why we're suddenly really short on employees, but it's probably to do with the aging population, isn't it? I think a number of people, you can see this whole gap here, this spike is tipping over to the 50 scale, which means as people get older, they stop working. And we gotta get this down. Aqueduct to there. Shift the fountain over to there, just about in range. And there we go. At least this area is now moving in, which will get all this working. We need to get wheat farms going, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 should do. And did these houses move in? Alright, more people are moving in. It should be okay. We just need this boost of population so that we can actually get enough to boost our culture. There we go, we're short by 74, but let's speed this along. I think we need one more house here just to stabilize things. Alright, we are going to be invaded here, but it should be fine. Employees needed. Perfect. By the way, when I say perfect, when I hear that employees needed message, because it means it's gone down to 0 employees needed and then 1 employee needed again. Alright, these resources have come back in. Why is there no one... Does that house stabilize the employment here? I think it does. Just in case, I'm going to put one more there. Alright. That should be enough food. Let's drop a market here. I left a gap in case we do need an oracle to boost desirability. Alright, so we got pottery, furniture, oil, and food. Now this first feeding can be a little tricky. Now these need local religious facilities. We'll just go ahead and we'll put Mars this time. Get rid of a Mars statue over here. Now they need entertainment, so let's drop a theater. And we'll need an actor colony back there. And they will need a school, so let's give them a school. As these houses evolve, they should provide enough, there we go. They should provide enough employment for supporting themselves and extra. Okay, these need a bathhouse, right? Baths can go there. Now they need an amphitheater. Be efficient with the space, and we need a gladiator school. Can I put it there? Yeah. Then they need a doctor. And we might as well put down a barber while we're at it. Ah, we're under attack. No problem. The invasions on this map are not anything to be concerned about. That should actually deal with it. Alright, just focusing on getting more people to move in here. Oh, I think people don't move in during invasions. That can be a problem. We need a library next. Alright, we'll wipe these guys out. Just a few survivors. Vorfus Klingonius. Okay. Now the invasion's over, people will start moving back in. Okay. We'll have a look at, we could probably squeeze in another house here. We gotta keep putting in houses like this. Employees needed, that means, yep. This area here looks like it can support more houses. So let's put in a couple there. We'll put in a couple here. The fountain can reach there, okay. Okay, so we'll get more houses moving in here. Food seems to be stable enough to support that area. Meanwhile, these small palaces look great. How are we on prosperity? Prosperity rating is rising. Favor is a little low. So while we're doing this, we're gonna send a gift. Chest of sapphires. Yeah, just dispatch a lavish gift. Gets our favor up to where it needs to be. That's all from your savings, not from the city's money, so it's fine. Meanwhile, this area has evolved to large insulae, which means we can... I don't know, we could... I don't know if I want to squeeze in more houses. What's the water reach like? You could probably squeeze in houses there. If I put a fountain there, it should reach, right? Yep, that works. And we'll drop an oracle here. And fill this up with gardens. Okay, so we can squeeze in a bit more housing there. That looks good. We could shift the Temple of Mars to here. To squeeze in an extra house here. Okay, so that's a lot of room for people to move in, but I'm not sure if it solves... Yeah, okay, we have no employment problems, but we do need more people. Let me just check here. This area, could we do with more people here? I could probably squeeze in a bit more, like that. Because resources seem to be doing okay. So we'll squeeze in a few more houses there as we go along. This area seems to be holding up quite nicely. So we could put some houses back there. We'll plaza up that road. Come on. There we go. Okay, so that should start bringing in the people we need. You can see this nice stream of immigrants. So now, if we look here, prosperity ratings rising, we just need to solve our culture problem. So to solve the culture problem, we need people. So to get people, we could cut back on a few things. How is this? We could cut back on this wharf. Looks like we got plenty of food to go around here. We could probably cut back on 2 of these, I guess. Okay. Anything else we can cut back on? How many employees? So he's gone and used, Necromanus has gone and used 2 barracks glitch here. It's an exploit, so I'm just gonna get rid of 1. Military Academy, yeah. We're being really conservative here. What else can we get rid of? Could we get rid of some of these farms? We could probably get rid of some of these farms. Especially these which are far away. Okay. Because usually, if you don't take too long, you'll be able to, you'll be able to avoid this big hump crossing over the 50. But because we are a little short on time, we need to bring in enough people. I'm not sure if I want to put that there. Let's not add more housing quite yet. We'll wait for these people to move in. Food here seems to be okay. Let's go ahead and put down 1 more house. Does water reach there? Okay. So we'll bring in some more people there. And that gets us in unemployment, which means we can start boosting up our culture. What's wrong with this? Supply of oil. Okay, it's fine. Okay, to boost up culture, we're just gonna have to build a road extending out from a house. I think we could take advantage of this. If we just sort of expand this round in sort of a loop. Okay, we'll need a couple prefectures, couple engineers posts. Okay, so now let's solve what we need to solve here. So theaters, average coverage. Let's start putting down theaters until it's perfect coverage. I'll wait to see all those working. Okay, now it says above average. That says very good. Now I like using theaters first because it's low on employment. So now it says excellent. Now it says perfect. Okay, so it says can entertain 14,500 people. All right. How's our employment? No employment problems. So that raises it to... See, just getting theaters to perfect gets you a culture of 50. So next thing we can do is probably schools. How much employment? 10. How about amphitheaters? 12. Libraries, 20. So I think next we do schools. So let me just check here. We can actually math it. Currently can educate 1,500 children. It's good. So we'll put down these bunch of schools. Are they all working? We'll wait for them all to get employment. Okay. That gets it up to excellent. Okay. Let's put down a few more schools. Okay, that gets it up to, we're at 61. That gets it up to perfect. Okay, can educate 2,025 children. That's this range down there. Okay. Oh, we're almost there. Our prosperity rating is still rising. Favor, we'll send more gifts when it's been a while. Okay, I think I'll send a modest gift. Just dispatch that. Keep our favor up there. Prosperity rating's rising. We're not going to worry about that. Culture. So it gives you advice here, but we'll keep going as we can go. Okay, so next up. Amphitheaters take 12 people. Academies take 30 people. Alright, how can we do this? And also, if I shift this temple, can I shift this temple to anywhere else? If I get rid of that, is there another single tile free anywhere? Yeah, okay. Just to confirm this, that's a doctor and barber. I'm gonna shift the doctor to here and the barber to here. And that was a temple to Mercury. We can squeeze in one more house here and put a bunch of large statues. Fountain can fit there. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So we can actually fit one more palace here. That should clinch the prosperity market. Let's see. So we got perfect on theaters, we got perfect on schools, and that gets us to 66. Okay, so that's pretty good. So I think next we just spam some amphitheaters. Wait for those to get working. So our amphitheaters are very good. I'm not sure how quickly this changes, but can I shift the school there, remove that, put another amphitheater down here, because amphitheaters currently are very good. It's still very good. It entertains 12,800 people with 16 working. So I think we just need a bit more amphitheaters. Get that up to perfect. Can we make this any more efficient? If I remove this, shift these theaters around, we can fit another amphitheater right there. Employment's just a little short, but that's fine. We'll replace those gardens. Wait for these to start working again. There we go. Oh, that one's not working. I think we do have to squeeze in one house here. Come on. Okay, there we go. That should get excellent. Oh, they both dropped to excellent because our population's gone up a little bit. And you see how quickly that drops. Okay, so because they both dropped to excellent, no problem. We can just drop a theater there and an amphitheater here. I forgot we got this area. How about schools? Did children go up? Schools are still perfect. So see, it doesn't matter how many people you're covering. What matters is city coverage. So just dropping from perfect to excellent for those two got us down from 64, I think it was, to 59. Now getting these two back up should get these back to... Are we short by one more amphitheater? So that's working. All of those were working. Perfect, perfect. That gets us up to 66. Schools, theaters and amphitheaters are all now perfect. And I think next is libraries. 20 people needed. Not the best, but let's check our rating here. So we're stuck at 66 for that. Double check our resources, make sure nothing's collapsing. Food supply's okay. Food supply seems a little risky there. Employees needed. Still at 40 employees needed, that's fine. I think we can cut back on our wine production. And cut back on our oil production, just to make sure we don't accidentally run out of too many workers. Oh, we've got unemployment. Fantastic. So now we look at education. We'll focus on libraries. Can educate 9,600 people. Let's go ahead and go to libraries. We can just start squeezing in libraries here. So we're currently above average. Let's wait for those 4 to start working. And that gets us to very good. That's, there's a tree there. So this extra room around these blocks can actually act as little spaces for that. Okay, libraries are now perfect. And we got the culture we needed. I like to avoid academies because they take up so many people, 30 people each. But there we go. Perfect schools, perfect theaters, perfect amphitheaters, and perfect libraries. And it gets us the culture we need. So prosperity is rising. Favor needs, how long has it been since I sent a gift? 8 months. Every 12 months is best. So I've got, why did this devolve? Run out of oil? How did you, why did it, no, that can't be right. Let's, wait, no, undo that. Go to these extra houses. It might be a desirability thing. Large statue, large statue, large statue. Gardens, gardens. Why are these not enough variety? Did my entertainment get... No, entertainment's fine. Medium palace. Wait, why did these evolve? Why are these saying they've run out of oil? The market lady has oil. Where is the market lady? Commerce. Can I not see? See, the market has oil. What is going on? Let me speed this along. Alright, here comes the market lady. That should solve our problems. Let's get rid of these single-spaced houses. Okay, there we go. Oil's back in stock. These medium palaces, I don't know why they evolved. I thought they required more entertainment to reach medium palace. Oh, that's devolved. Let's... No, let's undo that. Try and save that villa. Just a little bit of micromanagement here. There we go. I have no idea why that happened. No idea. Yeah, that just sometimes happens. This is a vacant lot, apparently. Oh, our culture is actually way higher than it needs to be, which means we can actually cut back a little bit on this. Let's just drop these a little bit. Okay. Alright, so these all evolved back up to... Oh, it's a vacant lot because I deleted then undid it. Okay. So hopefully someone moves back in there. That's also a vacant lot? Okay, so apparently accidentally deleting the house and undoing is bad. Do people move back in? I'm really not too sure. I don't know why this house is... Okay, I'm just gonna delete all of this and replace the houses. Okay. And I don't know why they devolved in the first place. Because resources should be fine. Now it says it's run out of wine. Why is it run out of wine? Huh. This is actually a little bit of a conundrum. Let's get rid of that. We'll put down a second market just to reinforce the stock. I guess we do need 2 markets to stabilize this. It was going fine for a while. Engineers post, we're gonna put the oracle right back there. And we'll put the market there. And we can actually fit the forum back. Okay, what are you guys carrying? Okay, wine is coming back. Okay, we gotta delete the single houses. Let's be careful not to delete the wrong one. Alright, clay pit, no problem. Okay, so sometimes this sort of thing happens. It can just sort of mess things up. There, we deleted a few entertainment buildings. We've got unemployment again. We just have to get our prosperity up. Let's speed things along. We gotta wait for these houses to move back in. Now, why is this devolved? Ran out of pottery. What? No. What? How are these houses running? Why are the markets running out of supplies all of a sudden? I don't know why, but we gotta wait for this to stabilize with the second market. How did they run out of pottery?
That fat lady up front told me. Oh, these baskets are so
Getting vegetables, okay.
fresh supplies back to my market.
Come on, this is unfair. Why did you devolve into 2 separate? Can we get pottery back in here, please? I mean, food is fine. I don't know, here's actually a little... This small casa is a bit low on food. It's kind of weird. I don't understand why this is happening. Like, look at this. This market has run out of all the food. Why? It's been okay up until this point. The markets and warehouses are just here. We're not short on employees, so everything's working fine. I don't understand why this is suddenly happening. GameTube123 says, what if I said that I knew the market lady had a bit of a grudge on you? I mean, it sort of looks like that. I mean, we've been playing for so long and nothing's gone wrong. And then suddenly, when we hit our culture goal, all of this falls apart. I don't understand why. Okay, the whole palace area devolved. Luckily, palace areas do not count towards employment, so it doesn't affect any of our buildings. But we have to sort of... How is this happening? Let me just get rid of that. And we're just going to put down another market to fully stabilize this even further. Alright, 3 types of food are back in here. Oil and wine, okay. 3 types of food are there. Okay, there they go. There they go, okay. Clay pit collapsed, okay, no problem. Now it needs a supply of wine. Okay, there they go. All the way back up to medium palaces. Waiting for a 3rd type of food. Okay. And we did it. We did it. Ah. I should check my gateway position. That is a bit weird. I don't know if that caused any problems. It's a bit strange, but there we go. We're back to 7 medium palaces. Has it been... yeah. Dispatch a golden chariot. Get our favor back up. So now, hopefully, this solves our prosperity rating. And we could start exporting pottery again to bring our money back up. And we will replace these pottery workshops. That looks good. We'll get rid of that temple to Neptune. We'll get pottery production back up. And make sure we don't lose money. Alright, this market. This market. This market. Okay. That looks good. I'm gonna delete this market, because we've got 2 markets stabilized and we're going to put back the forum. What else has to be done to win? We just have to get our prosperity rating up, which changes every new year. And it sometimes takes a little time. So we just have to wait another year, make sure nothing falls apart. Ooh, food supply here is actually a little low. Okay, how's our culture rating? Culture rating is actually a little higher than it needs to be. So let's try knock a couple of these off. The gods are pleased, okay. This area... it should be doing okay. Food supply is a little low though. I think I need to reduce the amount of housing here. I mean, suddenly these problems arise. It can be an issue. Okay, let's wait another year. Let's keep an eye on here. Make sure food supply stays okay. Food over here is okay. I think it's okay. So now we just have to speed along and make sure nothing falls apart. It can be tricky. Alright, food looks okay. What's that? Employees needed. Just 43, that's fine. 43 employees needed in 1,000, it doesn't affect too much. Okay, food does seem to have stabilized a bit. I know it's still a little low. I'm not sure if these markets are... I think the markets are okay. Yeah, markets look okay. This area is not collapsing. How are these markets? 3 types of food, the 4 types of resources. Okay, good, good, good. So we're just waiting for the next year because the prosperity rating only changes every year. Now, have we lost money this year? So far this year we are losing money. Because of what? What are we importing? Let's stop importing marble. We're exporting furniture. Have we sold all of our furniture? Yeah. Let's stop exporting furniture. I mean pottery. These areas are okay. Okay. It's October. Let's speed along to the next year. November, December, January. Okay, what's our rating? 60. A little bit more. This is just a time thing. We're at 70 culture, okay. So we just have to go another year here. Why are we losing money? Let's try fix that. Because we're losing... Let's see, it's currently... Yeah, we do lose money every month. Why is it? Taxes in... So far this year. Imports, wages... So yeah, basically the issue is we don't sell anything. If these markets are doing okay on pottery, we should be able to sell more pottery. Okay, we do lose money every year, which is not good, but our prosperity rating is rising. Okay, okay. Just a bit longer. And I think we're gonna get it. Our city's population reached 15,000. Okay, that's not good for our culture as our population goes up. August, September. Food's looking okay here. Furniture's looking a little low. I think we need more furniture over here. The city is short by 121 employees, which is not good. November. December. January. What's our rating? 61. Ah. It says our prosperity rating is rising, but it's not quite rising as fast as it needs to be. Anyway, we do need to... This should be enough, honestly, to get it to where it needs to be. This can be a bit of a pain. I think we need to get more people in, though. What was that? Are there still sheep on this map? Not too sure. Okay, we can cut back a bit on the food here. And... yeah, just make sure we don't... Oh wow, here's actually run out of pottery. Raw materials. See, all of these little problems just start cropping up over time. Workshop, pottery. I mean, it's been going fine for years and years and years, and then they just crop up, which can be a problem. Okay, employees. We're suddenly short by 262. Ah, come on. Don't tell me we suddenly reach that point where all those people have... we'll get rid of all of that. That solves our employment problem. We will cheese it a little bit, I think. If we can just get our prosperity up to where it needs to be. If this doesn't quite reach where it needs to be, I'm not sure how we're gonna do this. September, October, November. I mean, we're almost in AD now. This city is old. January. Prosperity 62. Ah, come on! Is there any way we could do this? If I move that. Because this is already a 9x9 block. Let's see, if I move the Neptune there. Do we need a theater if there's an amphitheater? I actually don't know. If we do this... we might be able to fit one more in. I really don't know. Entertainment theater. No, it does count. Okay. Well, I guess that second market is going. We're putting the theater back. Ah, we might have been too slow. But we'll see what this does. We'll get this up to another palace. Alright, we have 8 palaces now. And those people are getting old. Look at this. It's ticking over past the 50 mark. November, December, January. 63. Oh, come on. That can't be it, right? I've got an extra... Is it because we're losing money? Let's see, 381. Okay, it's going down. Let's sell a bit of pottery. Let's make sure we... Oh no, a whole bunch of people just moved out. Why? Again, just random devolve. Let's sell some pottery here. So we're making money. Yep. Let's stop selling pottery. I'm gonna try cheese my way through this. Otherwise, I'm going to declare this city rather unsavable because I'm not gonna do this again. Let's just put this clay pit here. Okay, it's July, August. Oh no. Those houses devolved. That's not gonna help our cause, is it? Oh, they all evolved back up. I hate these scheduled clay pit collapses. November, December, January. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna stop here, and I'm just gonna explain right now what is wrong with this city. Okay, I'm just gonna go to this city and you can look at it here. Oh, those devolved. Okay, why did they devolve? Who knows? I'm just gonna explain here, and I'm gonna put an annotation on the YouTube video to skip to this point, right? So, the problem with this city and why I can't fix it, and why I would, in all honesty, I would just restart from scratch. It would take less time to win this map from scratch than to fix it, right? And I'm gonna explain this why. So in this map, the problem is the map that was sent to me by Necromanus has been going already from the start of this for 50 plus years at least. So let me just check this. So yeah, it's now 1 BC, right? So you can skip to the start of this video to see the starting year. And I'm not sure if it actually says how old this city is. Oh yeah, it does. There, we started, is that the start? 34 BC? I'm not sure, it's sort of glitching out. Tent Dwellers Society. I'm not sure how to see the starting year. Don't think it says it anyway. Anyway, the cities, when it's sent to me, has already been going 70 BC. Thank you so much. Alert van Strijnvoom. This map starts in 70 BC. So at this point, the city is 70 years old, right? 70 years old. And when the map was sent to me, it's already 40, 50 years old, okay? And at that point, your population starts crossing the 50 years old mark, right? You can see this bump where the majority of our population is beyond 50 years old. All of these people above 50 and below 20 do not work, right? If we go to the win conditions, yeah. So even though we have 15,000 people working, we don't have enough people because they're all too old. And this is my second time trying to fix the city rather than just starting over. And I'm explaining why I'd rather just start over. And I recommend you start over as well. Necromanus, if you're watching this, and anyone who else wants to know. Once the city is too old, you have to deal with this problem here. The majority of your population has crossed the 50-year-old mark, right? And I would estimate this bump here is where you started your city, because it's been about 70 years, right? So when you start the city, all those people move in at the start, right? So this is that bump, and they're 70 plus years old, right? This is the initial population of the city. And they're just dying. They're not doing anything except for eating your resources. So I tried to bring in a new boost of population to this area, but it takes so long to get the prosperity to tip over and the culture to tip over and to just manage everything in time. If you do it responsibly, it takes so long that the boom of population that I brought in ages again. So if you really wanted to, you could, basically demolish the whole city and rebuild. But at that point, you might as well just restart the map, right? You could demolish everything, rebuild from the start, and just get a new boom of population. As immigrants will be 20 to 40 years old, just get a new boom of population and rebuild from the start, but just restart the map at that point. So all of these people here who crossed over 50 years old no longer work. I don't have enough employees to get the culture I require, and prosperity requires all those employees as well. Otherwise, things start falling apart. So that's the problem. So hopefully this explanation explains why I can't quite cure the city. I guess it's sort of realistic in City Building Doctor, and you can't save them all. You just try your best, and although you could save the city, it would be quicker to restart from scratch, knowing the correct information, not to take too long. So that's the main problem here. The population has aged, and this is something that the screen here, the census for society, history, and mainly census, this screen here, a lot of people don't know about this or understand it. So yeah, you can click this question mark and I'll explain. See, 20 to 50 participate in the workforce, otherwise they're not working. People do eventually die, yes, and then they make up space, but basically you can see some are living to almost 100. So these people spend from 50 to 90 You know, so you can see the average, most of them die off by 80. So 50 to 80, 30 years where they're a population count, but not doing anything, right? If I could just round up all the old people and kick them out, I'd do that. So that's the problem. And you can see birth rate does not compensate for immigrants because births here, you can see these are birth rates here. It's about half of what immigrants would do. Right? Right. And that's what's going on. I hope that explains the situation. Sorry for this basically 2-hour-long video where I fail, but hopefully it's still an educational experience. I'm gonna put this onto YouTube because this is my second try and I can't fix it. And if I can't fix it after the second try, I'd rather move on to a different map. But yeah, that's what's going on here. And that's the whole issue. In chat, if you have any last questions, do ask me. Otherwise, I'm gonna bring this stream to a close. Dove Alexa says, no, don't be sorry, this was great. I learned a ton. Okay, thank you so much, Dove Alexa. Dove Alexa, probably. Dove Alexa. Glad you can still learn from this. All right. Anyway, I'm tired. I need a drink of water. Thank you for joining the stream. This is one of the largest streams. Mr. Crazy Dim says, you are awesome, man. Thank you so much, Mr. Crazy Dim. You are awesome as well. One last question. How are you? How am I? I'm tired. I'm tired. This stream has been going on for 2 hours. This video is going to be 2 hours long. Will we be seeing a Pharaoh or Zeus city building doctor in the future? Yes, I received the Pharaoh map. I have not looked at it, but I've received the Pharaoh map and I'm going to go check that out. Anyway, thank you for joining. Thank you, Necromanus, for sending in this city, which very specifically highlights the problem of an aging city and why, although it could be saved, in this case, it would be faster to restart. Thank you so much for joining. And before I go, I just want to go to this screen, and then I want to go to this screen, just to bring back my animated City Building Doctor logo again. Look at that. Yes, City Building Doctor. I animated that. It's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. My name has been GamerZach. Sorry I could not solve this city, but we're basically at 1 AD now, and a 70-year-old city is too difficult to save. And if you're watching City Building Doctor to learn, hopefully you can take that away as a lesson and learn about this census screen. It's under here. Visit your population advisor, press the question mark, read through all of this, click the population, read through all of that. It'll be helpful. And that's it for now. Thank you so much for joining. I will see you in the next video. Bye!